I used to spend around 15 hours creating one single YouTube video. I would spend hours trying to create the perfect script, trying to edit the perfect video, and I would just keep burning out over and over again. So I took a step back. I looked at what I was doing. I realized I was spending way too much time on certain things, and I built my own AI powered system for making YouTube videos. Now I can make 3 videos at once in half the time without burning out. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in the next 10 minutes. Quick thing, if you are an ADHD creator struggling with consistency, I've actually created a completely free AI toolkit, which will help you from everything from coming up with video ideas to scripting and editing your videos. Completely free, links down below. All right, so let's talk about the AI tool that is the foundation of the system that I've built for creating my content, Claude. So you're probably wondering, why Claude? Why not ChatGPT? Why not Google Gemini or any of the 1,000 AI tools out there, right? 3 main reasons. Claude is one of the smartest AI models out there, especially for coding. I think it's one of the best coding models in the world. It's the most human-like AI tool I've ever used. It does not sound like a robot. It is the closest thing I've seen to having a human-like conversation with an AI tool. And your private stuff stays private as long as you tweak the right settings. I've talked about that in a previous video. So how do I actually use it? Let me show you. All right, so basically I've set up 4 different projects in Claude, each one for a specific task. I've made one called my idea ignition project. So that basically takes all of the outlier research that I use vidIQ to do. It does its own research and it gives me ideas for my next few videos. It tells me what's working now in the AI tool space, in the ADHD and content creation spaces. It takes into account all of the previous videos I've made and, you know, everything it knows about me. And it suggests the best video ideas to start working on next, so I don't have to overthink things. Then I've created one called my title tactician. I know, I love the names. They're very fun. That is basically trained on all of the best practices for the most effective titles for YouTube videos. So I will give it the video idea. It will give me 5 to 10 video titles based on best practices, and I can just pick and choose the one I like the most. I've also created a thumbnail thinker project that's trained on all of the best practices for thumbnails, but I specifically trained it to be tailored to the unthumbnail method, which is essentially kind of like a new wave of thumbnails that are going around YouTube, where it's more raw, it's more authentic, kind of trying to build connection and trust with my audience. So it's kind of trained on all of that. I've given it specific project instructions. It comes up with the 3 best thumbnail ideas based on the title and the idea of the video, and it walks me through step by step how I can create that in Canva. I've already set up a thumbnail template in Canva, which saves me so much time. And I also have a project called my script sculptor, probably my favorite name out of all of them. And that essentially just creates my script outlines for me. Notice how I said outlines, right? I've made a video on this previously. I've gone from spending hours scripting everything word for word and then trying to read that to you guys on camera, to creating a script outline that I can just follow and refer to as I go through my video, because it allows me to speak way more naturally from my own experiences. It allows me to build more connection with you guys on camera, and it also doesn't take me like 5 hours to edit everything word by word. So it's trained on all of the best practices for creating script outlines, and I've asked it to give me those script outlines in as simple a format as possible, so I'm not staring at tons of information across 12 different pages. It's just the basic details that I need to create a fairly good video. But here's the most interesting part about all of this. This is the thing that I think separates my workflow from a lot of other AI workflows out there. So I've set up a specific project in Claude which acts as my AI powered ADHD journal. So essentially I will just tell it everything about my day. I will tell it what I've done, how I'm feeling, you know, what's swirling around in my head up here. It will analyze everything, and then it will try to explain why I thought about things a certain way because of my ADHD, what I've done well, what I could be working on, and it just helps me to notice patterns in my own behaviors and my emotions, and it helps me become more emotionally regulated so I can be more present for other people as well. So essentially I will spend 10 to 20 minutes every night just journaling with Claude, and then the following day I will copy and paste that journal entry into a Word document. So I have a Word document for every month, so January, February, March. So I can just copy and paste the journal entries into Claude. It's got all of the background context it needs on me. And then anything to do with my scripts or videos, any examples or stories that might need to be in there are pulled from actual real life experiences that I've been through. And it just saves me having to remember everything that I've been through over the past 2, 3, 4 months. It just makes things a lot easier for me. So that's pretty much it with Claude. But you're probably wondering, what other AI tools do I use? What's the entire process? So let me just run you through it real quick. So I'll start by using vidIQ to do outlier research in the AI tools, ADHD space and content creation spaces, just anything that might be relevant to the content that I'm making. I usually spend 10 to 20 minutes. I'll set certain filters and just go through, screenshot anything I think might be of relevance and save it in a Notion document. I will then download that as a PDF from Notion. I will whack it into Claude and I will ask it to come up with the 3 absolute best video ideas based on my outlier research and based on, what's trending at the moment, what might be helpful to my specific audience. I'll let Claude run that. I think it takes like 2 minutes. It's ridiculously fast. And it will give me back the 3 best ideas I should start working on next. So then I kind of use every project that I've set up within Claude. I'll use a project to come up with the title, the thumbnail ideas. I will then create the thumbnails in Canva. Like I said, I've already created a thumbnail template in Canva. So I could just replace the image of me and 2 to 3 emotionally powerful words, which resonate with the title of that video. The script outlines. So before I ask it to give me the script outlines, I will actually use Perplexity to do all of the deep research on the video topic. So I've got all of the data and the facts that I need. I will paste that over to Claude. I will let Claude create the script outline. I will then set myself a timer for 10-15 minutes, go through the script outline, just make sure everything makes sense to me, add in personal examples where I need to, and then it's basically ready to go. That is pretty much it. I then film the video like I'm doing now. I then use Descript to edit the video. It's by far the best AI powered editor I've used. It makes everything so much easier for me because it basically makes the decisions of what to cut from the video, to cut all the fluff and just keep the core message of the video. Yeah, it saved me hours using Descript for editing. I'll make a separate video on that if you guys want to hear a bit more about my editing process. Once the video is done, I will upload it to YouTube. Like I said, I've already got vidIQ, so I will use that to help me optimize the SEO. I will try and stay a couple of weeks ahead of my content, so I'll usually schedule 1 video per week, try and get as far ahead as possible, and that gives me breathing space to focus on my digital products, my offer, my email newsletter, all of the other stuff that's kind of running behind the scenes. Yeah, that is pretty much it. It now takes me maybe 3 to 4 hours to make 1 video, but obviously I'm making 3 videos at once, so everything's kind of in batches. So I'll do 3 ideas, 3 titles, 3 thumbnails, 3 scripts, 3 videos filmed at once, 3 videos edited, which just, it makes everything a lot smoother, saves me a lot more time. So I've managed to cut it down from 15 hours of video to 4 hours of video. Everything's more streamlined. I'm using the least amount of AI tools I could possibly use for my entire process, which saves me money and saves me time. The 3 biggest takeaways from this video: 1, Claude manages to turn chaos into order and structure. Each project does one thing and is completely free, by the way. You don't have to use a pay plan to use the Claude Projects. You can use it on the free plan. 2, journaling isn't just generic therapy, right? It's content research. I'm using it as a double-edged sword here. I'm using it to help me process my emotions, but also pick out things from my life which would actually make fairly good content and help other people. And 3, the goal isn't about speed, it's sustainability. It's about being able to create content more consistently in less time, but the most important part, without burning out. There's no point trying to speed run making 5 videos in an hour to just completely wear yourself out, take a month off from YouTube and then come back. It just defeats the whole point of trying to be consistent and trying to build a sustainable system. Guys, don't forget to grab that free AI toolkit I mentioned earlier. It's got 10 AI prompts that will save you hours in your content creation workflow. Completely free, links down below. Everything you just learned works so much better when you understand how to actually stay consistent week after week, even if you have ADHD. So make sure to check out this video next, which explains why ADHD creators burn out so quickly and how to avoid it. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.